all, today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. 17 IPS officers transferred in Andhra Pradesh. The state government has downgraded the post of Vijayawada City Police Commissioner CP to the rank of Inspector General of Police and moved out incumbent DGP rank official CH Dwarka Tirumala Rao. Additional Commissioner B. Srinivasalu has been elevated as the CP. Additional DGP Railways and Bala Subramaniam, who was no long lived, was posted as ADDI DGP organization, and K. Tripathi Ujela, who was waiting for a posting, was posted as additional DGP road safety in an existing vacancy. Andhra Pradesh MLA arrest. This is nothing but vendetta politics, alleges TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu. Former Chief Minister and TDP President N. Chandrababu Naidu on Saturday accused the YSRC government of resorting to the vendetta politics and said YS Jagannath Reddy was behaving as if he became the Chief Minister only to harass and take vengeance on TDP leaders. Speaking to the media at the Guntur Government Hospital, Naidu said party former MLA J.C. Prabhakar Reddy and his son were arrested only to divert public attention following protest over the arrest of BC leader K. Achyuta Naidu. Naidu arrived at the hospital from Hyderabad late afternoon to meet Achyuta Naidu, who was shifted to the hospital for post-operative treatment. The TDP deputy floor leader in the assembly was arrested in the ESI scam on Friday. Andhra Pradesh tally crosses 6,000 mark with 294 new COVID-19 cases. The number of coronavirus cases in Andhra Pradesh has crossed 6,000 mark after the state registered a huge spike till Sunday. With 294 new cases, the state tally has reached 6,152. Also, 2 more deaths were reported from East Godavari and Kurnool districts, taking the death toll to 84. According to the media bulletin issued by the State Command Control Room on Sunday, a total 15,633 samples have been tested in the state in the last 24 hours and 253 tested positive for the virus. Another 39 positive cases were reported among those who returned from other states. 2 more positive cases were reported among the foreign returnees. 82 persons were discharged from COVID hospitals across the state in the last 24 hours. Similarly, 48 among those who returned from other states were also discharged along with a foreign returnee. The total number of discharge in the state now stands at 3,316. Andhra Pradesh continues to be among the top with regard to testing of samples per million people. BJP backs arrest of ex-Andhra Pradesh Minister K. Achyuta Naidu, seeks action on YSRC Graft 2. BJP National Secretary and co-in-charge of Andhra Pradesh State Unit Sunil Devdar has said that his party welcomes the arrest of TDP MLA and former Minister K. Achyuta Naidu by the ACB. He, however, added that the YSRC government can't use the arrest to cover up its own corruption and demanded that action be taken against the ruling party leaders as well. We welcome the arrest of TDP MLA and former Labour Minister Kinjarapu Achyuta Naidu in ESI scam. The BJP has been demanding stringent action against the corruption during the TDP regime. However, YSRCP government can't use this arrest to cover up corruption allegations against it. The YSRCP came to power by accusing TDP of corruption, but the situation is unchanged. The BJP raised many corruption issues, including that in sand. Now the CM should act against all those in this government who are facing serious corruption allegations. BJP's fight against corruption will continue, Devdar tweeted. Was informed of TDP MLA K. Achyuta Naidu's arrest, Andhra Pradesh Speaker Tamineni Sitharaman. Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly Speaker Tamineni Sitharaman on Saturday said he was informed of the arrest of former Minister and Tekali MLA K. Achyuta Naidu by Anti-Corruption Bureau ACB and maintained that all the procedures were followed while arresting the legislator. Taking exception to the statements of TDP Supremo N. Chandrababu Naidu, he sought to know what was the link between Achyuta Naidu's crime and backward classes BCs. Will we leave this case because of Achyuta Naidu is a BC? I am disappointed over attributing the case to the whole BCs. It is a crime and no one is an exception where they are BCs or OCs. It is nothing but humiliating the BCs. Crime is a crime and it is unfair on the part of Naidu, a three-time chief minister, to smear murder of crime on the BCs. Why should the BCs be linked to a crime committed by your MLA? The speaker questioned. CM K. Chandrasekhar Rao to guide collectors on agriculture issues. Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao will conduct a collectors conference which will broadly cover issues related to agriculture and National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme (NREGs) at Pragati Bhavan on June 16. With the advent of monsoon, agriculture season has commenced and the Chief Minister is holding the conference to discuss the details of agricultural practices with the officials concerned. Rao is expected to give directions to the collectors on regulated cropping pattern. The state government has fixed the extent of which crop in every district under the regulated crop policy. The collectors would monitor whether the regulated crop policy was being followed by the farmers or not. Meanwhile, the Cabinet Subcommittee on Agriculture recently recommended the Chief Minister to take up the construction of 1 lakh Kalalu thrashing floors in 32 districts. Each thrashing floor cost around Rs 46,045. The Cabinet Subcommittee recommended the government to take up the construction of thrashing floors with the NREG's funds. The Chief Minister may give directions to collectors on how to use the NREG's funds for the same. Andhra Pradesh police files case against TDP leaders over second marriage of ex-MLA's son. Tuni police have filed cases against SC/ST atrocities against TDP leaders Yanamala Ramakrishnanu, Pedapuram MLA Nimmakayala Chinna Rajappa, Pilli Radhakrishna, third son of former MLA Pilli Ananta Lakshmi, and his parents based on Radhakrishna's wife's complaint that he was getting married for the second time while she was alive and that the others has assisted him. Police had stopped the marriage on June 11 evening. Pilli Manjupriya, in her complaint to District SP Naeem Asmi, explained that she married Radhakrishnan 9 years ago at Annavaram Temple. Theirs was a love marriage and they belonged to different castes, her complaint read. She said the marriage was opposed by Radhakrishna's parents. Manjupriya said that she was called by her brother-in-law on the pretext of depositing money in her children's bank account and made her sign some documents. Threatening her to stay away from the family, she was physically assaulted and dragged out of the house by her hair, she complained. Andhra Pradesh government to sell 13.83 acres resumed from Lulu Group deal. The state government has decided to monetize 13.83 acres of land in the survey number 1011 resumed by APIIC after cancellation of deal with Lulu Group in the city. The land in the Harbour Park area will be sold as part of Build AP mission after developing residential or commercial build-up areas according to a GO issued by the government. The government has decided to develop 30 lakh square feet commercial space and it will be sold at Rs 6,800 per square feet. It also decided to monetize 3 acres of revenue land in survey number 8 and 11 acres of land in survey number 39 belonging to the health department where Regional Eye Hospital, Health and Family Welfare Institute, Training Center, DMHO office and Leprosy Institute are existing in Sithamandra. About 7.35 lakh square feet space will be developed in the survey number 8 and it will be sold at rate of Rs 6,000 per square feet, and 27 lakh square feet space will be developed in the survey number 39 and it will be sold at Rs 5,500 per square feet. Make Haritaharam a success, appeals K.T. Ramarao. Municipal Administration and Urban Development MAUD Minister K.T. Ramarao instructed officials and appealed to public representatives to participate in the Haritaharam program, which will begin from June 20. In a bid to increase the green cover in municipalities, he also gave a call for Green Friday, wherein officials are to plant trees in open spaces. Ramarao, who was addressing a video conference with municipal chairpersons, commissioners, and additional collectors at Pragati Bhavan on Saturday, stated that 10% of municipal budget is to be utilized as a Harita budget according to the new Municipality Act. He asked them to suspend the allocated budget to increase the green cover in the cities. He reiterated that municipal chairpersons would be responsible for the upkeep of each plant in their municipalities and stressed that at least 85% of saplings should stay alive. He instructed officials to plant trees, including those that repel mosquitoes in the cities, and also asked them to come up with a plan to set up tree parks in each municipality. A special officer will be appointed in each municipal directorate office to constantly review Harita Haram works. Police foiled Jaladiksha, Congress cries foul. Tension prevailed at various places across the state on Saturday as Telangana police foiled the Godavari Jaladiksha of the Congress. As part of protests, senior Congress leaders had planned to head to various irrigation projects on the Godavari to highlight the alleged negligence of the state government towards the projects. Starting from the wee hours, police officials started detaining Congress leaders who were on their way to various project sites. Some leaders who had not yet left were prevented from leaving their houses. A large number of police personnel were deployed outside their residences. The leaders who were placed under house arrest include CLP leader Bhatti Vikramarka at Vaira in Khammam, TPCC working president and Malkajgiri MP A. Revant Reddy and Sangareddy MLA Jaga Reddy in Hyderabad, MLA D. Sridhar Babu in Manthani, MLA Sikthaka in Mulugu, MLC Tejivan Reddy in Jagtial, and former Minister Mohd Ali Shabbir in Hyderabad. Work in subordinate courts suspended till June 30, Telangana High Court. Considering the spike in COVID 19 cases in the state, the Telangana High Court on Saturday decided to defer its earlier decision to start functioning of district courts from June 15. Now it has resolved that the suspension of work in all the subordinate courts tribunals, Telangana State Legal Services Authority Mediation and Arbitration Center, and HC Legal Services Committee and State Judicial Academy will be extended till June 30. Recently, the court had issued orders for functioning of the district judiciary from June 15 in the entire state except the units of Hyderabad City Civil Court, CBI Court and Rangareddy District Court wherein the lockdown was extended till June 28. Hyderabad shares at Beaker COVID mess may soon record 250 cases a day. As COVID 19 cases continue to spike in Telangana, with the majority of them being reported from the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, GHMC limits, the civic body officials are gearing up to tackle an outbreak of a much larger proportion. They anticipate the daily average of cases to reach 200 to 250 in the coming 1 month, a drastic rise from the current 100 to 150 being recorded every day from the GHMC limits. Currently, we are seeing about 100 to 150 cases. However, this may increase to 200 to 250 per day. This is a prediction that we are working with. The spurt in cases can be attributed to the relaxation of lockdown norms and the resultant rise in the movement of the public, a senior GHMC official told Express. A look at the number of COVID 19 cases arising from the GHMC limits points toward the worrying trend. On June 1, 79 cases were reported, which jumped to 108 on June 3. Within a week on June 6, the number spiked to 152 and on June 12 it was 133. In the last 12 days alone, 1,361 cases were reported from the GHMC limits. TRS MLA wife and workers found positive for COVID 19. A TRS MLA, his wife, and staff have tested positive for COVID 19. Samples were collected from the MLA after he displayed symptoms of the disease. He was admitted to a corporate hospital in Hyderabad on Friday. The health department officials collected samples from the MLA's family and staff. The MLA's wife, driver, gunman, and cook tested positive on Saturday. The driver said that they have been placed under quarantine. He added that the MLA's wife has been shifted to the same corporate hospital as her husband. This is the first time in the state that an MLA has been tested positive for COVID 19. Earlier, former BJP MLA Chintala Ramchandra Reddy had tested positive for COVID 19 and was admitted to a corporate hospital in Hyderabad. He has now recovered. The TRS MLA had recently participated in the Telangana Formation Day celebrations on June 2 in Jangaon district. His condition is learned to be stable. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe Payan Times.